Hello, 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 everyone. Sorry, I started a little late, but but I'm here now. So, how y'all doing today? Brainstorm TV1 Productions, Onukanga and Cheryl Inzubechi. Yes, so my man Onukanga, I guess I would say he's an African born gentleman. I am a United States of America born. I guess I would say I am an African American born uh, resident lady or whatever you want to call it. I didn't know what to say, but it's all good. It's all good, yes. So, just want to talk about four different brands today. So, like I stated before, on my channel, on our channel, Olukanga and Cheryl. Yes, yes, it's all good. Yes, Brainstorm TV1 Productions. So, as I stated before previously, we just want to talk about some brands. I just want to talk about some brands. So, Olukanga is Vechi is back in Nigeria, and I will carry the broadcast today. But eventually, you will hear from him. You will hear from him. You will hear his thoughts, his goals, his dreams, whatever you want to talk to him about. Yes, it's all good. Yes. So I want to start out with a company called Revlon. Revlon. So Revlon, it's a cosmetic company. Revlon, they sell hair dye, lipstick, different things. So I need to see. So from this research, I'll see exactly what they offer in their product line. I know I do purchase their hair dye. So I always purchase their hair dye, and I have purchased their hair dye for years. And I am so happy with the quality of the hair dye, Revlon, from Revlon Incorporated. So I am very happy with the quality of the product, and I'm happy with the quality of the product, the price, and definitely the quality is the first thing, and the price. And then I am always able to find uh, that that Revlon. I guess I would say the hair dye that I do purchase. I am able to find it at a convenient location all the time. So convenient location, quality product, and at an affordable price. So that's what business is all about, pleasing the customer. But it's all good, yes. So my man Olukanga, yes, Olukanga is back in Nigeria, Africa. So, like I said, eventually you will see him and hear from him. So, I really just I have an idea of how we're going to do things because he's in Nigeria and I am here in the U.S. So I do have an idea of how we can make it happen because we are both. I didn't know nothing about WhatsApp at first because when he told me when I first met him, he said, "Look, you need to download WhatsApp." I thought you were talking about what's up. I thought he made a mistake and it was called What's Up. But he said, WhatsApp? I'm like, what? And I said, well, it's all good. Yes, WhatsApp. So we both are on WhatsApp. But let me get started. Since I started late, let me get into the presentation, y'all. So I'm glad to see you. Glad you could be here. Glad you can join me. So hit the like button on the way in, hit the like button on the way out, and subscribe to my channel. We are here to bring you inspirational, educational, and enlightening content on our Brainstorm TV1 Productions channel. We also have our another channel, Cooking with Olukonga and Cheryl Inzubechi. Yes. So let me get started. Let's start with Revlon. Okay, it was started in 1932 by brothers Charles and Joseph Revson and Charles Lackman, who unveiled a revolutionary nail enamel. So they started out with a nail enamel. So why not broaden your product line? Why not broaden your product line? It's all good. Gotta get my words right, but it's all good. It's all good. Glad to see you all. Glad you could be here. Glad you could join me. It began selling, Revlon. They later on called it Revlon, but they probably called it something else at first. But I know eventually they called it Revlon. But they began selling lipstick. First they started out with nail polish, nail enamel. Then in 1939 they started selling lipstick. So they began to improve their product line. I guess I would say enhance their product line. Revlon in its heyday throughout much of the 20th century was the second largest cosmetics company by sales behind only Avon. So I did purchase Avon before. Avon is a cosmetic company. I used to sell Avon, matter of fact, first, but I started out purchasing from them. But look, so Revlon, Avon, um, and there's another company called, let me see, I don't know. I know it's a company called Amway, but I don't know if they sell cosmetics. But I know Amway is a company too. I think they sell like, uh, I think they sell like laundry detergent, uh, plastic for your, your floors or whatever, things like that. But so even before KKW Beauty, Fenty Beauty, KKW Beauty, Fenty Beauty, Cali Cosmetics. Before those companies, there there was a company called none other than Revlon, Revlon and Avon. So before those companies, there, you know, they had, these two companies, one called Revlon and the other called Avon. But it's all good. Yes. So let's try to get into. I want to try to get into the history of Revlon. Excuse me, Revlon Incorporated. So it says key milestones in Revlon's story history. But let me see what else I can find. Our founders. So talking about Revlon, I like to have. I mean, I like. I'm glad that it is. No, I guess I would say it this way. I'm glad that there are. I guess I would say prominent companies, cosmetic companies, prominent. I guess I'm glad that there are companies that provide quality products and services. Cosmetic companies. So glad because that is important. Because when it comes to cosmetics, you want products that you can trust. You want to purchase from a company that you can trust, that you can rely on. Because when you're dealing in, it's almost like when you're dealing in food. Yeah, because it's very important. You're dealing in food, you're dealing in cosmetics. Cosmetics, 9 times out of 10, you are going to put things on your skin. So we don't want to put anything on our skin that we know is going to break us out. It's going to be damaging to our skin. And then if you're dealing in food, you're putting things in your mouth. You're putting things in your mouth and your digestive system. So when it comes to food, you definitely have to be careful. And when it comes to skincare, cosmetics. So let's read this. It says Miss Elizabeth Arden, Florence Nightingale Graham was born December 31st, 1878, a legendary innovator, entrepreneur, and a pioneer in the beauty industry. She introduced American women to groundbreaking products and live by her mantra: go out and make your mark. So in other words, go out and make your mark in this world. So I don't know. I guess she was part of Revlon because I see they had this article. In 1910, she opened the first red door salon on Fifth Avenue in New York City in her lifetime. Miss Arden opened 41 salons in some of the most cosmopolitan cities in the world, inventing the concept of total beauty and wellness. Miss Arden promoted the idea that beauty was within reach of all women and developed innovative products and packaging that women not only needed but desired, including the cult classic 8-hour cream and the legendary bluegrass fragrance, and avid supporter of women and women's rights. She created a bold red lipstick to be worn in solidarity by the marching suffragettes. She would later go on to create Montezuma Red, a shade designed to complement the uniform and female armed forces members during World War II, and advertising campaign to support the integral role of these women's service to the country. So I'm thinking she must have something to do with Revlon, but I'm not gonna read this whole article. They just talking about her name was Elizabeth Arden. They said Elizabeth Arden, née Florence Nightingale Graham. I know the Florence Nightingale. I think that was I know there was a nurse at one time. I know I did study nursing, but I didn't finish the program, so I switched over to information systems and business. But I know the Florence Nightingales were nurses. So, but this, okay, it says this, okay, it does say Revlon, and it say our company founders. So I guess she was one of the founders of Revlon. Right, okay, she must have been one of the founders too. So it says her name was Miss Arden. Miss Arden promoted the idea that beauty was within reach of all women, and developed innovative products and packaging that women not only needed. So she, and said, consider the original beauty influencer. Elizabeth Arden had many notable beauty innovations and first of its kind services. She introduced eye makeup. In America, created the first travel size products, pioneered beauty tutorials and makeovers, and was the first in the beauty business with a team of traveling saleswomen. So that's important. The team of she was the first in the beauty business, with a team of traveling saleswomen. That's how you make your money, how you build your company. You have a team of traveling saleswomen. So you want to go, you're in another country, you're making your sales, you're building your business. So a team, take the team anywhere you go. So like I did a video on my other channel, and I talked about, I think I did a video yesterday. So it talks about, or did I think, no, I did it on this channel right here, Brainstorm TV One Productions, but where I talk about different brands. So I talked about different hotel brands and how, so in other words, when you book a hotel, if you're going for a business, you're going for a business trip or you're going for pleasure. So in other words, you're going for a business trip, with your company. So you're taking your team, or your team is going to meet you over there, however you carry it. But you're taking your team, or you're going over there. You're booking a hotel according to your plans. In other words, in other words, you're going to Jamaica, and you're going for a company meeting. So you take a team with you. So similar to what she did. So she in the beauty business. So she traveled with a team of saleswomen. So in other words, they probably been in a hotel like I, talked about yesterday on my other video. I talked about different hotel brands in Nigeria. So Nigeria, Lagos. So I talked about different hotel brands. So let me move on. She famously said, "It's remarkable what a woman can accomplish with a little ambition." Right, with a little ambition, what can we accomplish? Right, we want to move forward. We want to grow. We want to move ahead. We want to follow our dreams. We have If we are determined, uh, if we are to determine, we have the drive, and we have the fortitude, and we have the, and I mean, you can have the know-how as well. But I mean, just having the drive to do something, to follow your dreams, follow your heart. That's important. She famously said, "It's remarkable what a woman can accomplish with a little ambition." Just imagine if you have a lot of that ambition. But she said, what women could accomplish with a little ambition, but it's all good. Yes, my man, Gaga back in Nigeria, baby, I miss you. So let's go. Miss Arden created both an empire and a new industry, forever making her mark in beauty and on the role of women in business. Her entrepreneurial spirit and commitment to innovation, quality, and excellence, as well as to the beauty and power of all women, remain the soul of the brand today, and that's Revlon. The brand Revlon. Her name is. I was trying to find out where this article was leading, but I know it says at the top. It says Revlon, and then it says Elizabeth Arden in New York. And it says our company. So I guess she's part of the company. But I was trying to make sure I'm reading the right article. So we have Miss Elizabeth Arden, one of the founders of Revlon, because it says our founders at the top. Then we have two brothers. The first brother, Mr. Charles Rev's son. So they probably named it after similar to his name because Revlon, his name is Rev's son, Revson. So Charles Haskell Revson was born October 11, 1906, way before our time. He was born in 1906 in Boston. So his birthday will be coming up next month. In 1932, brothers Charles and Joseph Revson and chemist Charles Lackman founded Revlon. So they founded Revlon in 1932. Imagine that, 1932, and here it is, 2023. 2023. So what's that? 70. That's over 100 something years ago. That's over 100 years ago. Brothers Charles and Joseph Revson and chemist Charles Lackman founded Revlon, an American businessman and philanthropist. Revson believed in the factory we make cosmetics. In the store we sell hope. So he believed that Mr. Revson, Joseph Revson, and Charles Lackman. That's how they found it. They founded Revson, a Revlon. Revlon. Revson believed in the factory we make cosmetics, in the store we sell hope. A strategic and skilled salesman with an eye for color. Revson invented a revolutionary nail cream enamel formulated with pigments in a wide variety of fashion shades, providing superior performance to the transparent dye-based products of the time. Right, because like I said, I do order their hair dye. Yep, it says dye-based products of the time. Revlon began with a single product. So they started out with a single product, expanded their product line. Revlon began with a single product in salons with the belief that women would enjoy a manicure after having their hair done. I didn't know they did nails and all that. I didn't know, because I just purchased the hair dye. I have been purchasing the hair dye from Revlon for years. Revlon began with a single product in salons with the belief that women would enjoy a manicure after having their hair done. That's true. I would love to go get my nails done as well. But I usually do my own dye though. But I would get my hair done, not my hair, but my nails done. He developed new colors each season to complement women's apparel. Soon, Revlon nail enamel was seen on fashionable women's nails everywhere, including on the cover of Vogue. What do you say? It's all good. Yes. So, and then it says within a few years, he expanded his business. So why not expand your business and your product line. So within a few years, he expanded his business to drug and department stores and had 21 shades of cream nail enamel in 1938. Yes. By 1942, Revlon became a multi-million dollar company. And by the end of World War II, it was one of the U.S.'s top 5 beauty brands. So before KKW Beauty, before Fenty Beauty, before Cali Cosmetics, there was Revlon. Yes, it's so good. Yes. Uh, so did I read that? Okay. Focus on quality and driven by fashion. In 1939, Rev's son, which is one of the owners of Revlon, him and his brother, so focused on quality and driven by fashion. In 1939, Rev's son introduced a range of lipsticks to match his cream nail polish and advertised the two products together as seen on the fingertips of the nation's smartest women. This marked the beginning of his expansion into other beauty product categories, and it's all good. Yes, Revlon. I love myself some Revlon. Yes. So what's wrong with learning about the history of the company and of the company of the products that you do purchase? Why not learn about the history and how they started? So I am intrigued by that. So that's what I'm going to do. We all use Facebook, so I'll be talking about Facebook next. So I know that's Mark Zuckerberg, but how did he actually start his company? So I'll get into that next. So it's so good. Yes. So happy Sunday. Hope everybody is having a lovely Sunday. I want to say blessings to everyone, to all my international subscribers, my global subscribers, my domestic subscribers. I mean, if you don't want to subscribe, it's all good. But like this video on the way in, like it on the way out. Just support the channel. I'm trying to bring you educational, inspirational, enlightening information. Yes, me and my man Onukonga. Onukonga Izubeshi. Okay, let's go. Okay, let me move on. Let me stop playing. Let me go. Yeah, so a strong believer in advertising and a marketing genius. A marketing genius. He developed exotic and romantic names for his products. That's what you do. Give your products some names. Yes, names, different names. So I did have a few products in my back off that, the different products in my product line. I gave them different names, So Stormy hair growth, something, any kind of, just thinking off the top of my head, passion peach, hair growth cream or hair growth oil, something like that. Whatever name you want to give your brands, your products in your brand. Yes, it's all good though. Yes. So you want to give a catchy name, unique names. So where did I stop at? Okay, seen on the fingertips and lips of the nation's smartest women. This marked the beginning of his expansion into other beauty product categories. A strong believer in advertising and a marketing genius. So he was a marketing genius. It's like Kanye is a genius in music. So uh, Mr. Revson is a genius in the beauty industry. So, a strong believer in advertising and a marketing genius. He developed exotic and romantic names for his products, right? Such as Fire and Ice. Really, yeah! So, Fire and Ice, Cherries in the Snow, Plum Lightning, Moondrops, and Ultima 2. Revson was a pioneer, and by 1956, was the sole advertiser of the hit game show, The $64,000 Question. So in 1956, was the sole advertiser of the hit game show 64,000 question, and it's all good. Yes. Revlon was the first brand to sign an ambassador. Lauren Hutton, I remember that name, Lauren Hutton for Ultima 2, and brought on Richard Avedon as her exclusive photographer, and it's all good, yes. By the early 1960s, Revlon had subsidiaries in France, Italy, Argentina, Mexico, and Asia, and had successfully entered the fragrance market in 1973. So, in other words, they started out in what was it, in the 60s, selling the nail polish, and so let me get that date right. They started out, no, it was quality and fashion by 1939. Okay, now nail polish, nail enamel in 1938. And in 1942, it became a multi-million-dollar company, and that was by the end of World War II. So it was one of the U.S.'s top 5 beauty brands. So 1938. See, he expanded his business to drug and department stores. So in other words, he started selling his products and stuff in drug stores and department stores, drug and department stores, and had 21 shades of cream nail enamel in 1938. That was 1938. So nail enamel, cream nail enamel, and but uh, by the 60s, I thought I saw some lights. Also, by the 60s, Revlon had subsidiaries in France, Italy, Argentina, Mexico, and Asia, and had successfully entered the fragrance market. So by 1973, he started selling fragrances. He entered the fragrance market. Why not market fragrance? In other words, you're marketing one particular product. Why not jump into another market? Why not jump into another market? So in other words, you're talking about marketing. Marketing's job is to make the products and services available to the customer. So in other words, when he advertised, nail enamel and all that, 1938. So advertised that. So that was part of marketing. In other words, I don't know, he had his products in different stores. So that's part of marketing. So the customer can be able to find your product and your product line. So in other words, then he branched off into the fragrance industry. Why not? Nail polish, fragrance, hair dye. Revson managed Revlon for 50 years. He served as a president of Revlon from 1932 to 1962, and then chairman until it was over for him. And that was 1975. 1975. It says today Revlon is sold in 150 countries. It's so good. Yes. So Revlon, keep on purchasing Revlon. I miss you, Mr. Revlon. I miss you, Mr. Revlon. Revlon is sold in 150 countries, known for his perfectionism, relentless drive, and attention to. And Revlon created one of the most global, recognized, and enduring beauty brands today. So I got a little filled up a little bit, but this is a story. So that's Revlon. It's the Revlon company. So I didn't even know they sold nail polish and all that. So I had to look for their polish in the store because I usually just do the hair dye, and I buy the hair dye and I use it myself. But Charles Revson, so is Miss Elizabeth Arden, and they consider her to be the Florence Nightingale. So Elizabeth Arden, Charles Revson, and his brother Charles Revson and his brother Joseph Revson. They started the company in 1932. So let me move on to, let's go with Facebook and see how Facebook started. So let's go with Facebook. I want to move right on along, but it's all good. Hope you all are doing well today. May God be with all of us. May God bless us. Yes, it's all good. Yes. So let me see did uh how did Facebook start? So let's check out the second one, which is Facebook. So Facebook, Zuckerberg met with Harvard student Eduardo Severin, and each of them agreed to invest $1,000 in the site. Imagine that, $1,000. Now, see, that's something we can come up with. $1,000 invested in a business and end up being $1 billion or multi-million-dollar company. So they invested $1,000 in the site. Zuckerberg met with a Harvard student. I think he must have been a Harvard student as well. I don't know. I thought he was. On February 4th, 2004. It's all good. Yes. February 4th, 2004, Zuckerberg launched it under the name of the Facebook, or the Facebook, originally located at the Facebook.com. So a lot of times these companies, they start, but then they change the name. Zuckerberg intended to create a website that could connect people around the university. Right. So he created a website. That's cool. That's real good. So they invested $1,000, but he intended on creating a website just to connect, students around the university. But it ended up blowing up. So that's what he ended up doing. So let me get into the history of Facebook. So let me get into history. Let me get into more of the history. On February the 4th, 2004, a Harvard sophomore named Mark. Yep, I figured he was a Harvard student as well. A Harvard sophomore named Mark Zuckerberg launches the Facebook. So he called it the Facebook first. Yeah, when it first started, they called it the Facebook. So him and his, friend, Harvard, local Harvard students, I guess, a social media website he had built in order to connect Harvard students with one another. So he created a social media website that could connect, the Harvard students around the campus, I guess. By the next day, over 1,000 people had registered, and that was only the beginning. So by the next day, what did it say? By the next day, over 1,000 people had registered. So he put up 1,000, and over 1,000 people registered. So I guess it was free. Must have been a free, he must said that you can register for free. By the next day, over 1,000 people had registered, and that was only the beginning. Now known simply as Facebook. So he started out calling it the Facebook. So that's good to know. The site quickly ballooned into one of the most significant social media companies in history. It's all good. Yes. So, excuse me if I get a little excited. Today, Facebook is one of the most valuable companies in the world with over 2 billion monthly active users. 2 billion users, and I'm one of them. Yes, the origins of Facebook have been highly scrutinized, including in the critically acclaimed 2010 film The Social Network, but the exact source of the idea remains unclear. What is obvious is that Zuckerberg had twin gifts for coding and causing a stir. He had twin gifts for coding and causing a stir, both of which served him well at Harvard. So he was, good at computer programming, and that's how he built that social media site that he just wanted the people to, the students, I guess, where it said people around the campus, It says the previous year he had become a campus celebrity by creating Face Mash, a website where students could vote on which of two randomly selected Harvard women was more attractive, and quickly running afoul of both the administration and several women's groups. Face Mash was short-lived but popular, leading Zuckerberg to consider the value of creating a campus-wide social network. So he was good. He was good at programming, Mr. Mark Zuckerberg, good at programming. So he created a couple of social media network sites. So, to benefit the students on campus. But it turned out it actually grew into a $1 billion company. Over the course of his sophomore year, Zuckerberg built what would become Facebook. When it launched on February 4th, he and his roommates were glued to their screens, watching as an estimated 1,200 to 1,500 of their fellow students signed up for their site within its first 24 hours of existence. From there, Facebook expanded rapidly, moving to other Boston area schools and the rest of the Ivy League that spring. By the end of the year, the site had 1 million users. Angel investor Peter Thiel had invested $500,000, and Zuckerberg had left Harvard to run Facebook from his new headquarters in California. Wow, that's a dream of a lifetime. Yes. So in other words, left college and left Harvard University. In other words, why not build a space where you can just sit there and run your site, a headquarters. So they said Peter Thiel invested 500,000, and Zuckerberg he left Harvard to run Facebook from his headquarters in California. From there, Facebook spread across the world, becoming not only an incredibly valuable company, but also one of the most important institutions of the early 21st century. It's all good. Yes, Facebook. What? Yes. Imagine if you or me had an idea like that and blew up and turned into a billionaire. But look, take the time to study and read, research, go to college, and think about some inventions. You never know. You might have, or you might. I talked about being an entrepreneur. The risk taker in the business. What's the name? Mark Zuckerberg. He was an entrepreneur. He was a risk taker in the business. So you take a risk. You take a risk, and whether you take a risk as to whether or not the business is going to fail or succeed. So that's so good. Oh yes. Let me finish and let me go on. Okay, the go-to social media site for a generation of internet users, and one which was readily adopted by older users as it transformed from exclusive to universal. So older users, like me, yes. So I love Facebook, but I be on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. So those are the only three I really use: Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Yes, I know they have Snapchat and LinkedIn and different, other social media sites. But I try not to be on a whole lot of them because you don't want to spread all your personal information around on all these social media sites. But to each his own. But I choose, TikTok, do my little music, dancing videos, me and Onu Conga, Enzo Becci, yes. So check us out on TikTok at Onu Conga and Cheryl. So Facebook was one of the major forces that brought the internet into the highly participatory phase, full of user-generated content, sometimes referred to as Web 2.0. It has also remained controversial, right? Because your personal information, you have to, so you're typing stuff to people, so you definitely have to be careful. Okay, it says in addition to allowing misinformation and fake accounts to proliferate, I know fake accounts on Facebook. Somebody can create a fake account of you, get your information. They do the same thing on TikTok. Create a fake account and they put a celebrity person's picture up there, and you think you're talking to the celebrity, but it's just their picture. And then they try to persuade you into talking to them because you thinking when you look at that picture of that celebrity, you think that is that celebrity talking to you, but in actuality, it's a fake TikTok account. But it's all good. Just be aware, ladies and gentlemen. Just be aware of your surroundings on these social media sites. Giving out all your personal information, keeping track of my personal information. Try to be aware. Just be aware of your surroundings when it comes to these social media sites, and even out right out in public when you're traveling not to get into a different topic, but when you're traveling on the street, you're going here, you're going there, always be aware of your surroundings. Yes, it's all good. Yes. So Facebook has drawn criticism both for selling its users' data and for failing to adequately protect it. So they're not protecting our data, like they say. Hopefully they are, but it's allegedly they're not. But it says Facebook has drawn criticism both for selling its users' data and for failing to adequately protect it. So we had a lot of times you have a breach. Some companies, people have gotten into their systems and breached their systems and stole customers' information, customer data. Facebook continues to dominate the social media market, generating by far the most ad revenue and maintaining over half of the total market share. So I can read the whole lot of the article. I think that's it. Okay, that's it. So that's Facebook. So Mark Zuckerberg, so he started out with he called it the Facebook, and it started out just being he invested $1,000. Him and his Harvard classmate. So he started out. They called it the Facebook, and it was just going to be a site to a social media site. It was just going to be a social media site for the students and the people around on the campus, of Harvard University. But it turned out to be more than that. Then he started another another social media site. But unbeknownst to him, it blew up and it's all good. Yes, you see the money rolling. Yes. So that's Facebook. Let's go on to Victoria's Secret. So I want to move along Victoria's Secret. So let me see how Victoria's Secret started. So how did Victoria's Secret start? So in 1977, so 1977 to 1981, Victoria's Secret was founded by Roy Raymond. Roy Raymond and his wife. So Victoria's Secret. Gay Raymond on June 12, 1977. So in other words, Roy Raymond and the wife's name was Gay Raymond. So Roy Raymond and Gay Raymond on June 12, 1977. The first store was opened in the Stafford Shopping Center in Palo Alto, California. Years earlier, Raymond was embarrassed when purchasing lingerie for his wife at a department store. So I guess so they say years earlier, he was purchasing lingerie for his wife at a department store. So I guess that, and later it inspired him to open this lingerie company called Victoria's Secret. So Victoria's Secret, I have never really actually went to the store. So let's see. Let's look at the history. Let's look into the history of the Victoria's Secret company. It's all good. Yes. So my man Olu Conga and Cheryl. So check us out on TikTok at Olu Conga and Cheryl. Check out our we don't have no dance moves, but I'm about to say check out our dance moves. No, but check us out on TikTok. We're doing some duets. So at Olu Conga and Cheryl. It's so good. Yes. So my main man Olu Conga, born and raised in Nigeria. Yes. So check us out also. I just started to build our cooking channel. Cooking with Olu Conga and Cheryl in Zubechi. Yeah. So let me finish. Okay, Victoria's Secret. Okay, Victoria's Secret was founded by Roy Raymond, right, and his wife, Gay Raymond, June 12, 1977. What? It's all good. Yes, Victoria's Secret officially launched in 1977. It officially launched in 77. Ron Raymond opened the first Victoria's Secret store in 1977 in San Francisco, California. By June 1982, Limited, which had previously acquired Express and Lane Bryant, was listed on the New York Stock Exchange. So I don't know what happened to Lane Bryant, but I think that was for like larger sizes. I think, I have to do some research on Lane Bryant. In October of that year, the Los Angeles Times reported that Victoria's Secret was stealing market share from department stores. In 1986, Victoria's Secret was the only national chain devoted to lingerie. Right, in 1986, Victoria's Secret. So they sell lingerie, women's lingerie. I guess they sell men's lingerie too if they want it. I think they do. I'm gonna find out in a minute though. It's all good. Yes, I want to see what they have in their product line because I never shopped at Victoria's Secret, but I heard about them. I know they do sell lingerie, but I don't know what else they have in their product line. In 1989, the FCB Lever, Katz Partners, and Victoria's Secret executed a national advertising campaign with a 10-page glossy insert in the November issue of Elle, Vogue, Vanity Fair, Victoria, House Beautiful, Bon Appetit, New Women, and People magazines. Victoria's Secret introduced the Miracle Bra in 1993. The Miracle Bra, man, what does the Miracle Bra do? Let me find out. The Miracle Bra said so. Victoria's Secret, the Miracle Bra in 1993. Yes, it's all good. Yes, go get you a Miracle Bra, and hopefully it'll work wonders and it'll be a miracle and make you look the way you want to look. It's so good. So selling 2 million within the first year. Look, but they sold 2 million within the first year of the Miracle Bra, 1993. I didn't even purchase the Miracle Bra. 1993, no. Founder Raymond, he left in 1993 after reportedly. Oh wow, that's something I didn't hear about that. But they said he went away in 1993 when faced with competition from Sara Lee's Wonder Bra a year later in 1994. The company responded with a TV campaign. At the same time, 1994, Wexner discussed the creation of a company fashion event with Ed Razek. It says okay, I just read that. The first Victoria's Secret fashion show held in 1995 in New York became a mainstay for the company's image for the next 23 years. In 1996, the hosiery line. So in other words, pantyhose. So in other words, she started out Victoria's Secret with the lingerie. Then they started selling pantyhose, stockings and stuff. Stockings in 1996. It said the whole hosiery line was redesigned and hosiery-only boutiques opened. 14 of them by the end of 1996. Just imagine, they started their business and they started selling lingerie. And then 1996, they created a Victoria's Secret hosiery line, and then they had 14 separate stores, that just sold hosiery, stockings, and things of that nature. Because that's what it said. They said hosiery only boutiques open. Hosiery only boutiques, and they opened 14 of them by the end of 1996. So just 14 boutiques that just sold stockings and pantyhose and stuff like that. That's what they call them. Well, they used to call them pantyhose back in the day, but I guess they can call them stockings. But they say hosiery only boutiques. So those boutiques that just sold basically like a specialty boutique that has just sold the hosiery products. 1996. In 1996, Victoria's Secret announced it would be implementing a new system to improve its warehouse merchandising. So I also talked about information systems on one of my videos as well, because my degree at Australia University is business administration, and then I had information systems degree, not computer information systems, but information systems. So, in other words, computer information systems is a different major. That's like using technology to bring information into your business, into your organization. But an information system could be anything. An information system can be any system you set up to bring information in to your business. Any system you set up. So they saying they set up a new system. They implemented a new system to improve the warehouse merchandising. And the company's Angels underwear collection. The company's Angels and underwear collection was marketed in 1997 by a TV commercial that included supermodels Helena Christensen, Karen Mulder, Daniela Pestova, Stephanie Seymour, and Tyra Banks. So this was 1997. So the company's Angels underwear collection. So in other words, then they started marketing Angels underwear collection, and Angels underwear collection, and that was 1997. So Tyra Banks, Stephanie Seymour, Daniela Pestova, Mulder, Daniela Christensen, Helena Christensen. All right, Karen Mulder. So I mean, why not expand your product line? You can reach more customers, reach another target market. Right. In other words, they're reaching another target market. In other words, so when they open their 14 hosiery only boutiques, they're reaching the target market that just want to purchase pantyhose. So it was a hosiery boutique. And then the underwear collection, that was another campaign that they marketed. So, so in other words, you have, what I'm saying is you have a target market over here, you have a target market over there, this target market over here. Target market though, that is you look at your target market as those individuals that want to purchase what you have. So like me, when I go to in other words, like when I go purchase my Revlon, I purchase my Revlon and I go to CVS. I go to a different department store, but CVS is like sort of like a drugstore, but they do sell their Revlon hair products there. So that's part of marketing. They have their Revlon products on store shelves, making those products available to the customer, and it's all good. So that's part of marketing. So let me finish. Okay, in 1997, Victoria's Secret stores conquered 14% of the $10 billion United States lingerie market. Yes, so good. Yes, Mr. Odom Conger and Cheryl bringing you this valuable information. Yes, so it's all good. So let me see. Oh, it's a whole, okay, I think it's almost finished. So where I start at? Okay, in 1999, a 30-second Super Bowl advertisement resulted in 1 million visits to the company's website within an hour of airing. In other words, the Super Bowl 1999, a 30-second Super Bowl advertisement of the Revlon company and their products. So in other words, when you see ad or you see an advertisement on Facebook or where on a billboard, that might provoke you to want to go purchase. So it's advertising and marketing goes hand in hand and are very important. So let's see. Okay, it says she was succeeded in May 2000 by Sharon Jester, attorney as chief executive of the division. So now they says somebody took over somebody else's job by May 2000. They said she was succeeded in May 2000 by Sharon Jester, attorney as chief executive of the division. In 2002, Victoria's Secret announced the launch of Pink, a brand that was aimed to appeal to teenagers. See what I'm saying? We always talking about the target market. That's what I'm saying. It's they announced the launch of Pink, a brand that aimed to appeal to teenagers. So they want to appeal to the teenager target market, right? So Pink, and then why not find something that's blue? So right? So you can, male, young men, I guess, young adult men. And if you market something that's blue, so they said pink, so they want to appeal to the teenagers. So, but I guess if it's called pink, it looks like it would be female teenagers, but it doesn't say. It just says that in 2002, Victoria's Secret announced the launch of Pink, a brand that was aimed to appeal to teenagers. But I don't know if it was pink, but it said the brand was called Pink, but it didn't necessarily say that the product was pink. But I just assumed, they called it pink. But it's all good though. And I think that's it. So that's it for Victoria's Secret. Yes. So the last one is Barbie. Let's see how Barbie started. So we know Barbie has the Barbie dolls. Barbie, you get the Barbie clothes. So I have a collection of Barbie dolls as well. It's so good. Yes, Mr. Onukonga, baby, where are you? Mr. Onukonga, born and raised in Nigeria. And Cheryl, Miss Cheryl over here, born in the United States of America. Yes. So we're trying to bring you some educational, enlightening, inspirational information to our channel. Brainstorm TV One Production and Cooking with Onukonga and Cheryl. So we're just getting started. So we don't have everything together, but just trying to build some content to get things going. So let me get to the last one. Like I said, Victoria's Secret was founded by Roy Raymond and his wife, June 12th, 1977. So the wife was named Gay Raymond. So Roy Raymond and Gay Raymond, Victoria's Secret. So 1977 started out with the lingerie. Then they broadened their product line, expanded their product line to the hosiery. And then they had different campaigns with celebrities like Tyra Banks. And then they had another campaign that they launched called Pink, where the target market was teenagers. So it's so good. So let's go to the last one, and that's Barbie. How did Barbie start? And who is responsible for Barbie? Because the Barbie dolls are very popular. So I do have some of them. I do collect them. I collect Barbie dolls and also collect the life. I don't know what they call it. I think they call it the lifelike doll. So I have some of those I collect, and I also collect the Barbie dolls. So let's find out how was Barbie started. How did the Barbie doll get started? I would love to know. Barbie officially debuted March 9th, 1959. Really? 1959 at the American International Toy Fair in New York City as a creation of Mattel. Mattel Incorporated's Ruth Handler. Handler got her inspiration from the German Lily doll in 1956. It's all good, Miss Barbie. Yes. So they have the black Barbie dolls, the white Barbie dolls, and they have the clothes. Then they have the Barbie doll. They have the dolls, but they have the Barbie cars as well. Handler got her inspiration from the German Lily doll in 1956 and development of the Barbie doll began soon after. Barbie was first sold in 1958. It's so good. Yes. So Barbie was, 1958. So let's see what else they're saying about Barbie. About Barbie. So the history behind the world's most popular doll. So I don't think this is Barbie is so popular. I went to and then they are sold. They make marketing their products. They make marketing their products available through this Barbie dolls are on store shelves. So I know I went to Walmart and they had have all kind of Barbie dolls on the shelves, and they have so I saw one for 30 something dollars, and it was a big one. So I said I might go over there and get uh maybe a couple of those for my granddaughters. So the history of the Barbie doll. Since she was first launched in 1959, a doll named Barbie has captured the hearts of millions across the globe. Barbie was the first mass-produced toy doll in the U.S. with adult features, according to History.com. Throughout her 60-plus year career, Barbie has gone on many adventures and taken on over 250 different occupations, right? Because Barbie went to work. I don't know if they had Barbie get married yet. I think they may have. So, in other words, 250 different occupations from astronaut to president of the United States. This summer, Barbie will make another major leap, this time on the big screen in Greta Gerwig's Barbie, starring Margaret Robbie and Ryan Gosling. Who created Barbie? Barbie was created by Mattel. So Mattel, right, I should have known that. Mattel, it's all good. I should have known Mattel. What? Barbie was created by Mattel. The company was founded in January 1945. What? Yes, 1945. It is responsible for other popular toy series such as Hot Wheels, Fisher Price, Monster High, and Polly Pocket. It's so good. What? Yes. Oh, wow. This is beautiful. What is Barbie's full name? Barbie's full name is Barbara Millicent Roberts. The doll is named after Handler's daughter, Barbara, who was the inspiration behind Barbie's creation. The history of Barbie. Handler was inspired by watching her daughter play with paper dolls. So someone named Handler discovered this Barbie doll with the company Mattel. So Handler was inspired by watching her daughter play with paper dolls that resembled adult women. At the time, baby dolls were the popular toy. There were not many dolls on the market that allowed girls to role play and envision their future beyond motherhood. Initially, Handler's idea was not met with excitement as her husband and fellow industry executives were apprehensive. It's so good. Apprehensive. Get the words right, girl. Yes, about an adult body doll. Barbie's design was modeled after the Build Lily doll, which was created in the image of a German comic strip character. Lily was initially marketed toward adults, eventually becoming popular among children. What? Among children who enjoy dressing up the doll. So she was inspired, Miss Handler, and the Mattel company. She was inspired. They wanted dolls, that in other words, you want a doll that's saying like that look like a real person, that you can make. You take a doll, you create them. They can go shopping and drive in the car. 'Cause I think Barbie has a car. Barbie, I think she went. Did she go to college? I know she has a car. I don't know if she had a baby, but we'll find out. Well, it's all good. Let me see. Mattel bought the rights to Lily and made their own version Barbie. So in other words, Barbie's design was modeled after the Build. It said Build Lily. The Build Lily doll. I never heard of that doll, which was created in the image of a German comic strip character. So in other words, someone else already had the idea, but someone else had the idea, but then it said the first Barbie. It said, but Mattel, so Mattel and made their own version. So it was already created by someone else, but then Mattel bought the rights. So bought the rights. So when you bought something, you buy it. The first Barbie was introduced in March 9th, 1959, now considered Barbie's official birthday. The doll was first launched at the American Toy Fair in New York City. The first Barbie, often referred to as number one, was a reflection of the style at the time. So, different Barbies. Within the first year, 300,000 Barbies were sold, and the public's love for the doll has only grown. In 2021, over 86 million dolls. That make it God. Woo! The Barbie doll. Oh wow! Look, in 2021, that was 2 years ago. 86 million Barbie dolls were sold. Imagine how much revenue that is for the company. You know, 86 million dolls were sold. That's around 164 Barbies sold every minute. So I haven't purchased any more recently, but they said you go to Walmart, there they go. You go to Kmart, they're right in there. The Barbie doll. And I guess that is it for Barbie. So that is it. So it was just a little short article on Barbie. Let me see if they have anything else on Barbie. There's a couple more. Just a couple more items, and then I am going to close out. It said what to know about Ruth Handler. So in other words, a lady named Ruth Handler created, but then Mattel ended up, I guess they ended up marketing it too, and they made their own version of it. Ruth Handler is the key to Barbie. What to know about the doll's controversial founder. So Barbie doll, look. When Greta Gerwig embarked upon a journey to create a story about a doll with no personality or inner life, she turned to Barbie's history for inspiration. Mattel, Barbie's parent company, led the filmmaker through an immersion experience or Barbie boot camp that outlined the iconic doll's long history from her debut at the Toy Fair in New York City in 1959 to her status as the world's most recognizable toy with over 1 billion dolls sold. Barbie is so good. Yes. Yes, Gerwig latched onto the relationship between Barbie's inventor, Ruth Handler. So Ruth Handler invented it. And then Mattel was the parent company, okay, because I was trying to get the understanding of this. So Ruth Handler, she invented the Barbie doll. I guess she designed it or whatever way, whichever way she wanted it to go. But Mattel was the parent company. And Handler's daughter, Barbara, for whom Barbie is named. Oh, so in other words, Ruth Handler named the Barbie doll after her daughter. Her daughter was named Barbara. During an interview for Time's recent cover story on Barbie, Gerwig told me a Barbie movie is only ever going to be a mother-daughter movie on so many levels because it was Ruth Handler and Barbara that was a relationship. So let me make sure I write that down. So in other words, Mattel was Mattel was the parent company. Mattel was the parent company. And we have a lady named Ruth Handler. Ruth Handler. She was the inventor. So when you have an invention, you have to get a patent. So in other words, she invented the Barbie doll. So 9 times out of 10, she had to get a patent that gives her the exclusive right to, use that an invention to make money. No one else can come and infringe on her patent because that was patent infringement. We have copyright infringement. I guess we have patent infringement and trademark infringement. So, it's so good. Yes. So, in other words, she named Barbie after her daughter. Barbie doll was named after her daughter, Barbara. So, let me read a little bit more. I'm not going to read too much because I'm already at an hour. Okay, so in other words, Ruth Handler, she invented the Barbie doll, probably got a patent for it, 9 times out of 10, got a patent for it. And then the parent company was Mattel. And it says during an interview for Time's recent cover story on Barbie, uh, Gerwig told me a Barbie movie is only ever going to be a mother-daughter movie on so many levels because it was Ruth Handler and Barbara that was a relationship. And so Handler had to be in the movie. Right, so Handler, she probably didn't want, she was like, look, I'm gonna have to be in this movie. I invented this doll called Barbie. She first appeared as a mysterious woman in the 1950s style kitchen tucked away inside Mattel's headquarters. Later, the film reveals that Handler is in fact the creator of Barbie and a god-like figure to Margaret Robbie's character, one of many Barbies who resides in idyllic Barbie land. Played by Cheers alum Rhea Perlman, Gerwig portrays Handler as a kind yet imperfect deity. Here's everything you need to know about Barbie's creator and how she factors into the Barbie film. So I'm not gonna read all of this. It says, let me see. How Ruth Handler revolutionized the toy industry when she invented a mainstream doll with the proportions of an adult female. Before Barbie came along, girls mostly played with baby dolls and act that conditioned them to be mothers. In the early 1950s, Handler had the rather revolutionary idea that playing with dolls modeled on grown-up women would help girls imagine what they might be when they grow up. So we don't want to get them involved in, having kids too early, but it's all good. Yes. So I love the Barbie doll, but I didn't play with any Barbie dolls when I was coming up. I didn't play with any Barbie. I don't even know if they was even out back then. Handler drew inspiration from her daughter Barbara, who would play dress up with paper dolls. She would eventually name her iconic doll Barbie after her daughter. So Miss Handler, she named the Barbie doll after her daughter. Handler had already co-founded Mattel. So Handler co-founded Mattel with her husband in 1945. Okay, yes, this gives me a clear understanding. So she had already co-founded the Mattel company with her husband, and then she created this Barbie doll. So she co-founded the Mattel company with her husband in 1945 to sell picture frames before they pivoted to doll furniture and eventually other toys. But when she pitched the idea of an adult-looking doll to the company's executives, they balked. No mother, they argued, would buy their daughter a doll with. Okay, well, the idea stalled until 1956. Went on a European vacation. Handler saw a German doll called Bill Lilly in the store. The doll was based on a comic strip about a pinup with a voluptuous figure and was designed as a sexy trinket for soldiers during World War II. Handler brought one of the dolls back to the United States to prove to Mattel designers that they could produce something similar. So, in other words, Miss Handler, when she was on a European vacation and she saw this doll called the Bill Lilly in the store because they had turned her down. They didn't like her idea about the Barbie doll that was, full figured. And they said, well, ain't nobody gonna buy no dolls that's full figured. The mothers don't want no dolls like that for their daughters. But she went on this European vacation and she saw this doll. Well, it's called the Bill Lilly in the store. Never heard of that doll. But so she purchased the doll. They brought it back to the United States of America. Yeah, it's all good. So she can pitch her idea to them and let them see the doll and say, well, we can make something similar. So that's when they came about with the Barbie doll. So it says Barbie debuted at the 1959 Toy Fair, yeah, in New York City, wearing the now iconic black and white striped bathing suit that Barbie starred Margaret Robbie. Robbie, I think it's Robbie. It might be Robbie. I don't know. Robbie or Robbie. Robbie Dawns in the opening of the film. So in other words, that she created this. She invented this Barbie doll. In other words, got a patent for it and everything. She saw another doll similar in one of those on a European vacation. I was about to say a European country, and she saw that doll So just imagine, she just started expanding her product line. Barbie goes to college. Barbie had a baby. Barbie got married. Barbie has like a Barbie doll. The Barbie car. So different things. So you can just make it interesting. Then the different clothes you can change. I mean, there's so many ideas that she have come up with. Different clothes. Barbie. They have black. They have black ones and they have white ones. Barbie and the bathing suit. Barbie in a wedding gown. Barbie in a pair of shorts. Barbie in a sweatsuit. Barbie in heels. Barbie riding a bike. Different things. So you see various Barbie dolls. Uh, so it says Ruth Handler was a complicated woman. So I don't have to get all. Not gonna get all into that, but uh, I think that's gonna end my presentation. So that's so you can just get an idea. So in other words, Miss Handler, her and her husband in the beginning they started. So she was part owner of the company called Mattel. Her and her husband, and then she had other people working in the company. They didn't like the idea that she wanted to bring a Barbie doll that was like a full figure one. So when she went out of town on a European vacation, it's all good. Yes. So she went on a European vacation and she purchased this doll and the Lily Bill doll and she brought that back to the United States and she showed them and she said, well, we can make a doll similar. So I mean the rest is history, I guess. But sometimes being an entrepreneur, you have an idea. Excuse me, my throat itching. But as an entrepreneur, is the risk taker in the business. So in other words, she had an idea. She had an idea and she followed through on her idea. Just imagine if you have a business idea, well, somebody tell you, "Oh no, I don't think that's gonna work." They told her they didn't think that would work. She pitched the idea to some of the executives that was, part of her company. So they said, "No, I don't think that's gonna work because the parents are not gonna want to buy no doll like that, full-figure dolls for their daughters to play with." So just think if she hadn't, and that's when you look at the Barbie doll, you can see how she's structured. See how she is structured. But what if she didn't, and she would have followed, if she'd have listened to them and not went and followed her heart and her hopes and her dreams or whatever, however you want to call it, it's all good. Yes, Mr. O'Conga, and Cheryl. Yes, Brainstorm TV One Production. So hit the like button on your way in. Hopefully you did, but hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe to our channels, Brainstorm TV One Productions and Cooking with Owner Conga and Cheryl. What? Yes, so in other words, she was the entrepreneur in the business. She was the risk taker in the business. So you take a risk. If the company fails or the company succeeds, that's you. You take a risk. Ooh, excuse me. You take a risk. You are the entrepreneur. You are the risk taker in the business. But she didn't listen. And, so when she said, well, you know what? I had the doll. She purchased the doll on a European vacation. And, she came back to the United States with that doll. And then I guess they went on ahead. And then, so they said Barbies, uh, they have been sold, and just imagine. So I am going to close out. So the Barbie doll debuted in 1959. Yeah, at a toy fair in New York City. And today, Barbie dolls are still being sold by the millions. Yes, it's all good. So I'm going to close this video out. In my next video, I'll pull out, three or four other brands that I want to talk about for this channel. Brainstorm TV One Productions. And then on my other channel, Cooking with Old Kong and Cheryl, I am talking about now, I'm doing some research and talking about different cultural cuisines. In other words, I talked about the Nigerian the Nigerian cuisine. I talked about, I think I did the Spanish. So Nigeria, Spanish, and then I did, I think I did, I think I did the Indian. I did the Indian. So I did three. So I have a few more to do. So a few more to do, but it's all good. I just, I have a lot of content that I am putting together, but it's all good. So I want to say thank you all for joining me. Subscribe to my channel, Older Conger and Cheryl. Older Conger and Cheryl. Yes. So my Nigerian born man, Mr. Onukanga, and Cheryl Izubechi. Yes, so it's all good. It's all good. Yes. So I just like to have a little fun. It's all good. I don't want to say it's all bad. It's so good, y'all. Yes. So may God be with us all. May God bless us, keep us. Yes. So Brainstorm TV One production, and we out.